So if you're a marketing agency in 2025, you probably know that annoying tedious part of onboarding new clients where you need access to all their ad accounts, you need some essential input about them, their business and their goals, and you might even need to introduce your team in a proper way. Yet it always ends up in multiple different levels of emails and onboarding calls that neither you want or your client wants. And this ultimately ends up costing you a bunch of time and gives the client a very bad first impression to your agency. This software Theoflow has actually made a solution to onboard your clients in a way more streamlined manner, where it cuts out all the unnecessary and annoying and frustrating communication between you and your client, and basically makes it so that your client can be onboarded in minutes. So if you need access to your client's ad accounts in just a few clicks, or just essential input about them, their business and their goals, let me show how Theoflow can help you. Great, so the first thing we do is that we jump into theoflow.com. Now, as you can see, we can actually start for free, but in my case, I've already signed up, so I'll just press login. Then we're presented with the onboarding dashboard, where we can basically see all the clients that we're currently onboarding, the different stages. As you can also see right here, we actually have workspaces where we can segment our clients based on different things. In this case, I'll just hit add new client, choose onboarding in this case, because we're onboarding a new client. And let's just say that we're onboarding Nike. Now I actually have to say 2 because I already have a client called Nike. Then I'll just add Nike's logo like this. And then we'll choose the workspace that we're adding this client to. Let's just say paid social clients. Then we click add client. And just like that, we're then presented with the flow builder itself. And the first thing we can do is that we can basically customize our welcome page. Let's say that we have an agency called Media Agency. And I'll even add a little emoji just like that. And I'm quite satisfied with this. We'll just hit submit. Then we can go to account access and choose the accounts that we want to get access to from our clients. As you can see, Meta is coming soon, but I know that it's actually coming in a few days, so that will be around the time this is around. But as you can see, I'm just running through these. I want access to Google Ads, Analytics, and Shopify. Click submit, add page. I'll then add a form page because I want to get some questions from my clients. I'll hit KPIs. We have these different templates, but in this case, I just want to learn more about my client's KPIs. So let's just call it client KPIs and hit create, just like that. I then actually want to change the order of my flow. So I actually want these questions to be first when the client opens their onboarding portal. And as you can see right here, I can change the title, I can change the description, but I can actually also obviously change the questions, and I can actually go even into further detail and actually edit like the values and everything of the questions. But let's just say submit on this page right here. Then we can add a new page. In this case, let's choose a team page and just call it Meet Your Team. Then, as you can see, I can actually add a team member that I want to introduce to the client. In this case, I'll just add myself as CEO and co-founder, just like that. And I can even add a small personalized description where I essentially just say hi to the client and say I'm excited to work with them. I also know that we're going to be adding like video features to this in the future. I can also add my profile image so the client can actually see who they're working with. I can add my email, add my LinkedIn. I'll just say linkedin.com in this case, and then even add a phone number. Great, I'll just click submit. Then I'm actually quite satisfied with this. So let's jump to our completion page, and no reason to change this. So just click submit. Great, now we have our entire onboarding flow, which means that we can actually start customizing our onboarding portal. And as you can see, we can actually change out everything here. We can change the colors, the color tone to match your agency's, your agency's brand essentially. We can actually even change the logo, as you can see here. But in this case, I'm quite satisfied with it. So let's just hit create onboarding flow, just confirm. Boom, then we basically get this link that we can send to the client. But let's start by going to our overview. And as you can see, Nike 2, our client, is on the pending response, which means that we are now waiting for a response from this client. You can also find the link right here if you forget to copy it. So let's try and copy paste the link to see what the client actually receives. And boom, as you can see, we have our welcome page, welcome to Media Agency. We can just hit continue. Then we're presented with these questions about the client's KPIs. So I'll just quickly speedrun this, just like this. Perfect, and just hit continue. Then we are presented with the ad account access. So the client simply clicks on a few things right here, hit continue, continue. And literally just like this, the client has just given us access to their Google Ads Analytics account. They can even choose the specific accounts they want to give access to. They have their name and the ID, and they can even select all if they have multiples. And then just take the Google Analytics account as well. Grant access and grant access. And let me see if this works. And boom, just like that, we now as an agency have our access from our client's Google accounts. We can also hit Shopify, and in this case, we need the basically the URL. If your client can't find it, they can click find here, and they will be basically redirected right to this page of their store. So they can store, in this case, say continue. And then we need the collaborator code. So this is basically where they can find it as well. So this button right here redirects them right to their collaborator code inside their Shopify app. We'll hit connect, and then we basically give them a just a quick notification that we will gain access to their account in a few days. Great, let's hit continue. As you can see, we can choose the team. In this case, we have me, and they can connect on LinkedIn, phone, or email. Now let's just hit continue and say continue. And boom, the client is now completely onboarded. That's literally how easy it is. And if we go back to our dashboard, you can see Nike is now under completed, which means that we can hit view details. And just like that, we can actually see the entire flow. We can see all the client's KPIs, just like this. And we can even also see all the accounts that they have basically given us access to, and their Shopify credentials, essentially. That is literally how easy it is.